Welcome, trash lovers, to the vault of B-movie trash, where the swords are sharp, the plots are thin, and the tops, well, they're optional. I'm your host, Andy, and tonight we're dusting off one of the sleaziest gems from Roger Corman. That's right, we're talking about the 1985 cult classic fantasy, Barbarian Queen. So strap in for leather bikinis, sword-swinging girl power, and more dungeons than a BDSM convention. Let's saddle up. The film opens pretty hardcore just to let you know you're in a Roger Corman film, and the female rage is dialed to level 10. It's Amethea's big day. Everyone's got their best nipple paint on, and after what we can only assume has been forever, she's finally marrying the man of her dreams, who looks suspiciously like He-Man's cousin that stopped bulking up halfway through. But come to think of it, it was the 80s, so everyone looked like that. Now, if you're a fan of any film, then you know opening on a wedding scene can only mean one thing. We get a glorious bathtub shot of Lana Clarkson, and then boom, evil Lord Akara-Ra, how do you say his name, brings the thunder and rains terror down on the party. Fighting ensues, Prince What's-His-Name gets captured, and Amethea decides to burn the whole damn thing down.
Surround the hut!
Rising from the ashes like a blonde ambition goddess, she grabs her sword and swears revenge.
Today was my wedding day. Now the only thing I have left is what might have been. I'm going to get it back.
It's tragic, it's intense, it's soap opera energy in a leather bikini. And Lana Clarkson absolutely sells it. Meanwhile, Astrid's over there on the side wondering if there's any leftover cake.
We're going after them. But, first we'll eat.
She's got priorities. So the girls set off on a rescue mission, and it doesn't take long for things to get weird. First stop, a sketchy outpost crawling with creeps. And because it's a Corman flick, Amethea gets tossed into a river for completely unnecessary wet sword fighting. Now, was that in the script, or did someone just yell, "Throw her in, wet leather plays"? She's flailing, swinging steel, leather bikini clinging for dear life, everything bouncing like the cameraman just hit pay dirt. And wouldn't you know it, that's where they find her sister Taramis, or Tamaris, or maybe it's Tarimus. They pronounce it 3 different ways throughout the film. Either way, she's hiding under a stack of blankets. Big win for the team. Everyone's crying and ready to go home, but this is a revenge flick, so Amethea rallies the troops with this battle cry.
I'll be no man's slave and no man's whore. And if I can't kill them all by the gods, they'll know I've tried.
Hell yeah! The motley crew presses on, eventually meeting a ragtag group of rebels who agree to help them sneak into the city. They use a child who's apparently an old pro at crawling through spooky catacombs.
I'll take you.
Once inside the palace, the rebel leader begs them not to cause a scene, and that lasts for about 2 minutes. Taramis flips the script and ditches the girl gang to find herself a sugar daddy. And from there, it's total chaos. The hero squad promptly loses their next fight, and Amethea gets tossed into a dungeon and tied up for interrogation.
If you've come to kill me, then just kill me. I don't need to listen to you talk.
The bad guy shows up, chest puffed out, ready to gloat. But Amethea reminds him who she is.
There are some people in this world who will never be your slaves.
Then things get weird. She's dragged off to a sex dungeon, and this thing is wild. Chains, fog, and firelights, and a creepy metal hand that looks like a kindergarten class tried to make an infinity gauntlet out of tinfoil and pipe cleaners. It's supposed to be scary, but honestly it's kind of adorable. Like, bless their hearts, they tried. Then comes the big escape. Amethea, still topless and tied up, wraps her legs around some poor guy and squeezes him like a medieval thigh master.
Too tight!
Then she straight up kicks him into a conveniently placed vat of acid. Show me another hero who can pull that off. Meanwhile, Estrid's still hungry. Every time there's a break in the chaos, she's scanning the room like, so, any snacks?
I just want a little something to eat, okay?
Honestly, she's the real MVP for thinking ahead.
He's gonna lead the gladiators, and we're gonna lead the rebels.
Now let's talk about the man behind the madness, Roger Corman. If you don't know the name, buckle up. This guy didn't just produce Barbarian Queen, he's the godfather of B-movie trash. Corman's career is wild. He directed more than 50 films and produced over 500 low-budget genre flicks. And sure, they were cheap, fast, and often ridiculous, but he turned exploitation cinema into an art form. And get this, he gave the first breaks to folks like Francis Ford Coppola, Martin Scorsese, James Cameron, and Ron Howard. You're gonna have to endure lots of Corman flicks on this channel. I love them, and honestly, he's the reason I love films. Now, this film was actually directed by Hector Oliveira, who also directed Wizard of the Lost Kingdom. Though, let's be real, this thing has Corman's fingerprints all over it. Oliveira may have handled the cameras, but Corman brought the leather, the lust, and the late-night cable vibes. And Barbarian Queen, it wasn't random. It was part of that sword and sorcery boom that followed Conan the Barbarian. We're talking Deathstalker, the Sword and the Sorcerer, the Barbarians, all biceps, boobs, and barely there plots. Corman saw the trend and said, yep, I could crank one of those out in 2 weeks, and you know what? He did. Alright, you've made it to Trash or Treasure, where we decide if this cinematic oddity is a dumpster fire best left in the bargain bin, or a hidden gem worth preserving in the vault. So, is Barbarian Queen a trash or a treasure? Honestly, I think it's both. This is peak so bad it's good cinema. Just enough talking to get us from one boob shot to the next sword swing. Here's the thing. Through all the cheese and all the nonsense and all the damp leather, Lana Clarkson sells it. She's fierce, she's committed, and by the end, she earns that title. She's the queen. If you came here looking for high art, turn back now. But if you're into cult movies, campy exploitation, and Lana Clarkson giving full warrior queen energy, you're gonna have a blast. Thanks for surviving another round of beautifully bad cinema with me. If you had fun, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Vault of B-Movie Trash, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a trip into the vault. Got a trash classic I should cover? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you. Until next time, stay weird, stay trashy, and remember, not every hero wears armor. Some just wear wet leather and attitude.